I'm so fucking excited about my rebrand. I built my brand. I'd been coaching for 3 years and I built my brand in 2026. I'd started creating content fall of last year and I grew my TikTok account to 5,000 followers, which was huge. And I grew my Instagram account to 1,200 followers after I had 50 followers for multiple years. It was really hard to figure out how I wanted to show up as an expert because I had a couple of goals. I wanted to be an influencer and a creator my way as a knowledge creator. And I also wanted to promote my businesses and position my thinking and my thought process as the actual product. Now, the service that I always offer, and I've never deviated from this, was one on one coaching. I've packaged it with different time periods and different settings, but it always just came down to the thought partnership that I've had. So I was like, how does this all make sense? Finally, I came across an idea that I need to create something that doesn't already exist. Like everyone is telling you how to create things that already exist. But what I was asking for didn't exist, or at least I hadn't seen an example of it. So I needed to make something different. So I thought about what is the through line between everything that I do? What is the video that I wish I could create, but it just feels so off brand? And I landed on culture. I always come back down to money. I always come back down to money. I always come back down to power. But it felt like I was all over the place. It felt like, even though I present very straight and narrow, I just knew that there was another layer that was missing to tie it all together. So I thought, okay, my coaching isn't the thing. It's just the service. I have a thing. How do I articulate that? So I wrote down in my journal, what is the container that I need to build to be paid for my thinking? And literally, I woke up the next day and it came to me: culture, reading culture through money and power. Because I'm not here to tell you, hey, this is how you make $100,000, because that doesn't make any sense for me to just tell you that when I don't have the context of where your business is at, where your brand is at, what offers you're making, where your belief systems are. There's so much missing that if I just blanketly say, oh yeah, like make a $10,000 offer and sell it 10 times, like that just feels insulting because there's so much missing context, right? And also, I do so much more than that. There's the storytelling piece, the personal brand piece, the cultural competence piece, the change management piece, even if it's just within a solopreneur. There's so many aspects with my perspective and point of view that I bring to the table. So again, what's the container that houses my expertise? So talking about reading culture through money and power made sense to me. And I thought, oh my gosh, my brand has to be easy to understand. So I started testing this out. And this is the part that I'm so excited about. This is literally the part. My brand doesn't have to be so easy to understand. It actually has to be a brand that makes you curious so that you ask for more and that you look a little bit deeper. Once I started telling people and showing up as someone who reads culture through money and power, the answer was exactly the same. It wasn't that people were like, oh, I immediately get that and I'm moving on. They were like, tell me more about that. I want to hear about that. And they all interpreted it in their own way. Some people got the money mindset piece. Some people got the branding piece. Some people got the culture piece. They all drew from it all these aspects that I was bringing to the table based on where they were at. So I thought, finally, this is the container. A brand that not necessarily just is so obvious, like Smart Water or Nike or something like that. A brand that makes you want to go deeper and deeper and deeper. A brand that makes you want to stop, slow down, and think and hear what I have to say. That's what I wanted it to be. So I'm so fucking excited. I can't even explain how excited I am because now I can talk about what I want. I can come to this channel and bring the things to you because I always have something to pull from a culture perspective, from a privilege perspective, from a systems point of view. I'm always following the money because these decisions that creators and CEOs and entrepreneurs and builders are making, they actually affect our lives. If nothing else, it's something to talk about, and that matters to us because it matters that we're processing the experiences all around us. So I am so excited. Like, there will be a day where I invest the 5-figure sum in brand identity work, but this inner work of like figuring out who the fuck you are and what you want to do and how you want to serve and how you want to be remembered, you do have to do the inner work. You do have to journal about that. You do have to answer your own questions and answer the call and listen closely and figure out what you're creating. Then someone can come in and help you amplify that and articulate that even better. But now I'm very clear on what it is that I do and how I want to show up. And I'm so excited about what's to come of that. Already my videos are performing better on Instagram. Already the quality of followers I'm getting are different. It's not just like a random artist that didn't have the courage to do XYZ. It's like CEOs, recruiters, founders are following me. That shift alone is everything. Because at the end of the day, the goal was to be paid for my thinking. The goal was to serve through my thinking. So my only job is to demonstrate how I think. So maybe you're going through the same thing. I wanted to tell the story about my recent rebrand, even though most of it was internal. Because if you're creating something that doesn't exist, if you're creating something that people would consider as disruptive or not the way to do it, hopefully my testimony with how I've been navigating it myself will help you make some of those decisions. And as always, if you're ready for one-on-one coaching and thought partnership, you can go to the link in my description box, which is helloneysa.com/welcome, super straightforward, and dive deeper into my world. You can subscribe to my newsletter, you can inquire to work with me, and you can watch interviews that I've done through my production company to just get a sense of what it's like to talk to me. So I'll see you in the next video.